You superstar. Hello, welcome. I am Councilwoman Falk, and I want to welcome you here to our virtual town hall meeting. Today is March 30th at 6 p.m., and we have a lot of great information for you. So get comfortable, snuggle in, get a nice drink because you're going to get lots of great information. You might want to grab some paper and a pen as well. So before we get started with our presentations, I'd like to first go to our City of Inglewood Mayor, James T. Butts, who is here to bring greetings. I'd like to go to him right now. Mayor, you have the floor.
Well, thank you. I'm proud to be here in support of Councilwoman Falk for her District 4 virtual town hall meeting. And I don't want to be redundant because I've spoken many times about, things that have happened, and everybody in Inglewood knows now that we're like home of the Super Bowl champion 56, Los Angeles Rams. We just keep on going. Something that came out the week before the Super Bowl is this booklet, The Inglewood Renaissance, A Decade of Change. And your councilwoman has copies of it if you want to see it. It basically capsulizes about 11 years of progress in the city. I'm proud to announce that Showtime has leased 114,000 square feet of production space in the North End industrial area of Inglewood, where nobody ever came before. And they're going to do creative production there. Everybody knows, of course, that YOLA opened the LA Philharmonic Youth Orchestra program, and that the Girl Scouts are right down the street from Inglewood City Hall. They left Marina Del Rey. NFL Networks left Culver City to come to Inglewood. YouTube and Google are city partners. And I was sitting in a meeting today with the YWCA, and they want to partner with the city. They're looking to purchase a building here and deliver services. I had talks with Byron Scott, Norm Nixon about potential restaurants and development. So Inglewood is pretty hot right now.
It is so hot.
So hot, jobs and prosperity, and we're just going to keep on moving. So I don't want to take up any more time, and thank you for giving me a few minutes, Councilwoman.
You're never taking up time, Mayor. We love it. We love it. It's just so many wonderful things happening in Inglewood. We always appreciate your leadership, Mayor, and I just love working with you and my council members. So thank you so much for bringing greetings. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
All right. With that, I want to go over some meeting guidelines with everyone before we get into our presentations. So by participating in this meeting, you understand that this meeting is being recorded. We ask that you use Facebook comments if you would like to ask a question or make a comment. And after each presenter, we will review the questions and the comments, and we will take your questions and comments at that time. So with that said, I want to talk about some of the presentations we have going on tonight, some really good information. So we have our Chief of Police, Mark Fronterata, who's going to do an update on public safety, and Daisy Kampong from Verizon, who has some very important updates on our internet connection. Thank you so much, Verizon. And we have Gloria Hernandez Munoz from LA Care. They are doing a grand opening in Inglewood, so we want to welcome them to this wonderful city. we have Camille Delaney McNeil, and she is from the Beckham YOLA Center. She's going to give some updates on our wonderful, beautiful center that's right here on La Brea. If you haven't had a chance to get there, you really must visit the center. It's beautiful. We have the lovely Chris Roberts from the Robert Group, who will be giving some updates on the Intuit Dome and the Clippers Arena, and Jason Witt from Hollywood Park, who will be giving updates on the SoFi Stadium events and other lots of good information. And we have Crystal McGlover from our City of Inglewood Emergency Preparedness Division, and she will be giving us some updates on COVID-19 and other important information. And Louis Atwell, Director of Public Works, who will be giving us some infrastructure updates, trees, streets, all of those good items that we love to hear about, our residents call us about on a weekly basis. So stay tuned for that update. And then last but not least, we have Christopher Jackson, Director of Economic and Community Development, and he will be giving some ITC updates. So these are all the questions that our residents call every week and ask us about. So here we are. So please get to your Facebook so you can participate and listen in. Now, before we get started, I do want to acknowledge Women's History Month. I want to salute Ketanji Brown Jackson, and she is the first African-American woman nominated to the United States Supreme Court. Yes, yes, hand clap is in order. She had a very difficult Senate confirmation, but she stayed in all of our prayers, and I believe she will make it through. So congratulations to you, Ketanji Brown Jackson. Also, I want to acknowledge Cesar Chavez Day. It's a state holiday that for the state of California tomorrow. So the city of Inglewood will be closed. So if you call my office, just know that we will get back to you next week. We won't get to you tomorrow. And what I like to do is just acknowledge him. Before we go too far, I wanted to acknowledge him, a Mexican-American labor leader and civil rights leader. And he lived from 1927 to 1993, I'm sorry. And I just want to read one of his quotes. His quote is, "All my life, I have been driven by one dream. One goal, one vision, to overthrow a farm labor system in this nation that treats farm workers as if they were not important human beings. Farm workers are not agricultural implements. They are not beasts of burden to be used and discarded." Cesar Chavez. We acknowledge you tomorrow. California State holiday. Thank you. And last but not least, I've done it already, but I just want to give a big shout out to the mayor and our other city council members. We work so hard for the residents here in the city of Inglewood, along with all of you that are presenting tonight as well. But we have a great team here at the city of Inglewood. I cannot say enough about our team. We work hard, but we are like family. We have each other's back. If I have a problem in District 4, I can count on my directors to step right in and assist and help. The mayor helps me often. I can call on the city council members. We are one big family. We are always here to serve our city of Inglewood residents. So I acknowledge our whole team, our whole family. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to bring up our Chief of Police, Chief Mark Fronterata, for our first presentation. Thank you so much for being here, Chief.
Thank you, Councilwoman, and everyone here in the audience. Also, I'd like to acknowledge my Captain Cardell Hurt is with me here.
Yes.
And he'll present some of the street takeover information, which I know is important to everybody. First of all, I'd like to say good evening to District 4 residents, and I'm honored here to speak in front of you tonight as your Chief of Police. On the first slide, if we could, I'd like to talk about beat commanders, and if you go to the next one. So what we've done in the police department, we've dedicated a lieutenant to each individual district in the city. And for District 4, that would be Lieutenant Marvin Aguilar. And he can, any concerns that you have, you can directly contact him at 310-412-5210 and leave a message there. That number is on the presentation. And that's so just give a little personal touch. I know the councilwoman calls me directly, and that's okay. Anyone can call me
And thank
directly.
you so much for always answering my call.
I always answer those calls. So, but I think it's a way of giving a personal touch to the district and the citizens and residents in your district, in the district, and each district throughout the city, so that we can certainly address any concerns that they may have. Right now, we have a, and if you go to the next slide, yeah, thank you. So we have a crimemapping.com. This is part of, on our website, and if you want to look at crime statistics in your individual areas or even down the street, you can do that. Right now, we're trending a little bit under in beat 4, which I'm happy to report as far as Part 1 crimes are concerned. So what's important here, though, is always for citizens, we can't do it alone. You are our eyes and ears. So when you see something, say something, report it to us, and we appreciate that. But we also would prefer that you report it to us. Don't become involved or active in anything that might put you in harm's way, and that's what we're here for you. So with that, we'll go to, so I was one of the first chiefs, if not the first chief in the county to put this team together, which is a mental health evaluation team. So what I did is partner with the Department of Mental Health. We brought in this young woman up here who works with the officer assigned to this unit, is from DMH. She's embedded with us here at IPD, but I've also embedded a regional supervisor, so we get a little more bang for our buck with that. And so what it is to go out and work as part of the homeless outreach. I know Cinderella is here, and she works closely with these folks and does an incredible and wonderful job.
Right.
But it's our way of reaching back and giving folks who have fallen on hard times, a pathway to hopefully a better life.
Right.
I know that in the homeless issues, it's very complex, and really it's nationwide that we deal with this. And I know sometimes if people don't want help, if they don't accept our help, we can't remove them.
Right.
So it's just something to understand. But we will do everything in our power to make it better for quality of life for everybody. And we do offer them alternative means of living and housing and vouchers for food and things of that nature. So I think this is an important team to have, and hopefully we'll find better solutions as we move forward in the future.
Yes, thank you for that.
So I'm going to let Captain Hurt go over street takeovers. I know this is a big concern with everyone, and it certainly is with us. And he's going to explain a little bit of the background on this and how we respond to these types of incidents so that everybody has clear understanding of that.
Right.
Captain?
Welcome, Captain Hurt.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Good evening or good afternoon, Captain Cordell Hurt, Patrol Bureau. So street takeovers, we've been dealing with it for quite some time, locally, countywide, and nationally. In District 4, Crenshaw, Imperial, and Yukon is the hot spot. And I have some constituents.
I see the burn marks in the intersections.
Yes, ma'am. Neighborhood Watch, they call me all the time. So what we've done is the city has IMC codes and vehicle codes that we can use to address this problem. Also, we can work in conjunction with Highway Patrol and kind of tackle these problems as a county, okay? Crenshaw and Imperial, what we've been doing patrol-wise is we've been always trying to have a black and white or police vehicle up and down Imperial Highway, just making sure we're visible and we can address any kind of traffic or speeding issues on that street, okay? So we've made it a good, we're trying to focus on that intersection directly because that's the one that's been most impacted in your district, okay? You can go to the next slide for me. So essentially, if you're at an intersection and you see that you're not moving, the lights are turning green and red, and you hear all these, burning rubber, it's probably the street has been taken over by a group of cars. And they do donuts in the middle of the street, just like this photo depicts. But that's basically what they leave. They basically leave tire marks in the middle of the intersection, and they stay there for quite some time until the police arrive. Now, when we come there, we can't just send one police car in the middle of these 100, 200 cars, because that person or that officer can get overrun. We try to make it a concerted effort with a group of officers, a team of officers to go in together and attack this area. So residents that are listening in, if you do have this type of issue, you hear it for a couple of minutes, please be patient. Officers are converging into that area to tackle the problem, okay?
Right.
So this is just some pictures of us, or some of our efforts, the IMC and the vehicle codes that I talked about. What we try to do now is if we catch someone doing this, we try to go for the spectators, and we try to go for the person doing the donuts in the middle of the street too. We're trying to make an effort to seize their vehicle. Once someone does this and they're caught in the act, we impound their car up to 30 days. They have to have a hearing with the traffic officer. And before we release it, we'll try to seize that vehicle and take it and keep it, okay? So if you do hear this type of activity, reckless driving in your area, please call our non-emergency number, and please be patient when you do call, and then we'll try to get officers in the area. So that's the number right there, 310-412-8771, to report any kind of illegal street racing, street takeovers, or sideshows, okay? A couple more sides that I added in. Chief probably wasn't aware, but I do want to put the graffiti abatement. I do want to put the graffiti abatement number and request search box up there, because we do have graffiti in the area. You can report that. If it's on public property, we can take care of it. If it's on private property, it may be an issue, okay? So 310-412-8739. You can make a service request on the city's website if you search graffiti abatement. And also another resource we have for the citizens in the community is you can file non-emergency reports, low priority reports online on our website. And if you go to our police department page and you go to file a report, you will see the type of reports you can file online without having to come inside the police station.
What's an example of a non-emergency report?
That's a great question. Just like basically miscellaneous reports, small thefts with anything with no suspect.
Okay.
If someone steals your bike and you don't know who did it, you can go online and make that report. Stolen bicycles, stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Got it.
about 10 different reports. Okay. Okay. So we're hiring.
IPD is hiring. Inglewood's finest.
I'm a local kid from this area. I grew up in this area, and I've been here like for 30 years since I was a teenager. But I always wanted to become an Inglewood police officer. I was recruited to other agencies, but we are hiring from within and outside of the city. The people within the city, if you do apply, you will get first priority per my chief in the hiring process. So any resident wants to apply, please go to go to the next page. Go to our website or go to jointheipd.com. And great opportunities. You get to work at SoFi, the Forum, and other opportunities to help the community.
Maybe work during a football game.
Super Bowl. I mean, I don't want to rub that in. But. And if you don't follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, please do. And you can stay updated with Inglewood Police Department.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate both of you, Captain Hurd and our Chief of Police, Mark Fronterata.
Yeah, no, I just want to say thank you, and Captain Hurd has been doing a great job. He's in charge of our biggest bureau, which is the Patrol Bureau.
Okay.
And, just a couple additional things there, going back to the street takeovers. We collaborate with our neighboring agencies, and CHP mentioned that a little bit. But I just wanted to reiterate that, sometimes it may seem like a slow response, but there's a reason for that. We have to group our resources together before we go into these things. But when we do, however many cars we can, we will impound, we will cite, and we will arrest. No ifs and buts about it. Then, as he knows, I always like ending on recruitment because, as he touched upon, but we're always looking for men and women to join our ranks, in not only in the police ranks, but in our non-sworn positions, civilians, dispatchers, records, jailers. Great opportunity for everybody. I love hiring residents. I think everybody knows that. My staff knows that. What he said is true. Any resident applies, their name goes on top of the pile.
I love it.
We expedite that process.
I do have one question for you before you conclude.
Yep.
We have a question on our Facebook comments, and it is from Jorge Lupercio. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Jorge. Sorry. His question is, can the speeding on Van Ness be addressed, specifically between 108th and Imperial? He says that he would love to see more enforcement in that area.
Absolutely. We can do that.
Okay. And then, let's see, I think I just got one more. Let's see. I can't make out that question, so I'll just have to maybe send it to you later.
I was going to say, if you just want to email it later,
Yes.
we can handle that.
Yes, that sounds good.
Councilwoman, I'm
Yes.
logged in. I can see some of the questions too.
Oh, great. Okay, that sounds so good. Thank you so much. Inglewood's finest, always appreciate you. Thank you for the updates, and I will definitely get any additional questions over to your office. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. All right, so now we're gonna hear from Verizon. They're gonna talk about our internet. Oh my God, our connectivity. District 4 has had some connectivity issues. So come on up, Verizon team, Miss Daisy Kempog. We are so anxious to hear from you. Please have some good news for us, Daisy. Welcome to the town hall.
Thank you, Councilman.
You're welcome.
Councilwoman, thank you for having us here again today.
You're welcome.
And we appreciate the opportunity. So we're here to provide updates to some of the items we discussed the last time. But before I even go to that one, I want to say congratulations to the city for the great hosting of Super Bowl 56.
Thank you.
Super
Thank you.
successful, and more importantly, it went safely, and that was what.
Oh, put the microphone to your, yes, there we go.
Does that help?
That's better.
Okay,
Yes,
very
okay.
cool. Thank you. So we want to congratulate the city for that, for the successful hosting of Super Bowl.
Thank you so much.
We're very excited to have been part of it.
Yes. A great team effort, the city with all of our community partners like yourself. We appreciate everything. And yes, we are all celebrating together a very successful Super Bowl.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Let me make sure I click through this correctly. Here we go. So today we wanted to share with you all the highlights of Super Bowl and how the experience was for the residents, the visitors, and everybody. So Verizon and Pepsi and NFL basically were able to deliver a unique experience during the Super Bowl. It was an experience that was not only unique but immersive and has never been done before. And as such, a lot of the fans were able to stream 4K real-time streaming, as well as they were able to curate their own halftime experience. So that's something that's never happened in any Super Bowl in the past. In addition to that, we saw a huge increase in usage by Verizon customers at the Super Bowl. So we actually saw a 56% increase and about 60%. This is from last year, and about 60% of the attendees, were utilizing our services during the Super Bowl itself. So that was really exciting. In addition to that, we're excited to share with you and the city that we are very happy to invest in not only the city of Inglewood, but throughout the Los Angeles area in the amount of about $119 million.
Wow, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that number, Daisy?
$119 million.
Wow.
And that investment is to Inglewood and the Los Angeles County area, And that's not just an investment for Super Bowl, but essentially it's a long-term investment because a lot of the things that we built in the city or upgraded in the city will remain. So we'll be here to serve not just visitors for every event thereafter, but for the residents as well, be able to support first responders. So we're very excited about that.
Right.
So all our facilities have been recently upgraded and/or we've added new facilities. So people coming into the city should see, improvement. And any visitor, even if we have a lot of visitors, we should be able to handle it. And traffic should be great.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, so
That's
we're
great.
super excited about that. In addition to that, we also wanted to share that for public safety purposes, we were very happy to partner with the City of Inglewood as well as LAPD. Our Verizon frontline team was actively participating in a lot of the public safety during Super Bowl. In fact, during Super Bowl week, we had a Verizon command center nearby that was operating 24/7 for about 2 weeks. And so we were monitoring to make sure the communications were flowing freely and there were no issues. And whenever there were, we fixed it right away with the help of city staff and everybody else that's on our team. And in addition to that, we were, for the whole week of Super Bowl, we were actively participating at Inglewood PD's Joint Operations Center.
Yes.
So any challenges that were occurring in the network for communications, we were there to participate and help. And that was an honor to be there and be able to see the whole operation in play.
Right.
And to update you on the neighborhoods that express concern on connectivity, which is the neighborhoods of Renaissance, Carlton Square, and Briarwood.
Yes.
In response to that, we have been working, as you know, on a permanent solution. But in the interim, what we did is we kicked off what we call a loaner extender program.
Can you talk just really briefly about how we got there with the residents? We had our meeting and you guys did an investigation and then go into that.
Of course, of
Yes.
course. So through your office, of course, we were alerted of the concerns of the 3 neighborhoods where there's been a decrease in coverage or challenges with connectivity. And with our state and government affairs team and your office, we had several meetings, to go over that. Your Lori kindly helped us with, having our team actually go into the neighborhoods and do measurements to determine, where the challenges were and what solutions we could provide. So what we're really hoping to do is a long-term solution. But the long-term solution usually is what we call a macro site, and it takes about, between 1 to 2 years to develop and actually get on air. So in the interim, what we have done is we kicked off what we call a loaner extender program for those 3 neighborhoods. And in response to that, we had about 40 residents say yes, that they were interested. Our Verizon team then was able to connect with the residents that expressed the interest. And so far, from the connections that we have made with the residents, 11 extenders have been sent out.
Okay.
And including 2 to yourself and to Lori. So
Okay.
so it's something that we're happy to provide, and it's a unique thing that we provide where we know that we need time to build a permanent solution.
Right.
And hopefully that's helped for those neighborhoods and the residents who partake in the loaner extender program.
Right. And I just want to thank you too so much for being so responsive because it is a serious problem in those 3 gated communities, Renaissance and Carlton Square and Briarwood. And I'm pretty sure that some residents on the other side of Prairie probably are experiencing some of the same connectivity problems. So thank you and your team so much for jumping in and coming and doing an investigation and figuring out how we can get that situation resolved. So appreciate you so much.
Thank you. And we appreciate the fact that we had the opportunity to fix it and the partnership with your office and staff to get it resolved. So the next step now is as soon as we have, more progress with the permanent facility, we will update you as well when that happens. It does take a little bit of time because it's not a small cell facility. We're looking at something that would really cover those areas.
Okay. That sounds wonderful. I really appreciate it. I think that this is right on time just because each household has so many devices at this point that it's definitely time to upgrade the systems, especially right around SoFi Stadium. So we love our new neighbor, but they're taking up all of our connectivity. So anyway, I don't think I have any questions for you, but I do want to thank you and your team so much, and we will continue to stay connected. Thank you so much for being a partner with City of Inglewood. And anytime that you have any questions or concerns or want to come back for another town hall, we look forward to working with you.
Of course. Thank you, Councilmember. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so much. All right. I want to thank the fine team of Verizon all the time. They're always so responsive and amazing. So another one of our fine City of Inglewood partners. And now I'd like to go to Miss Gloria Hernandez Munoz. She is from LA Care Inglewood, and they just opened up. So I'm going to invite her to come on up to our podium for her presentation. Yes. Hi, Gloria. How are you?
Good.
Welcome to Inglewood.
Thank you.
You guys just moved in to our neighborhood.
Well, yeah. I mean, so I'm pretty new, but the center was previously located on Century.
Okay,
And
yes.
I don't remember what the other cross street was.
Okay.
But, oh, in Crenshaw.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm pretty new to LA Care, but. So then they closed down COVID, and they also needed a bigger space.
Yes.
And so they've relocated. They're
To
now-
District 4. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, so go right ahead with your presentation. Looking forward to hearing from it.
Thank you. All right, so good evening, District 4 residents. My name is Gloria Hernandez Munoz from the LA Care and Blue Shield Promise Community Resource Center in Inglewood. Our resource center offers many health education, nutrition and healthy cooking classes, and exercise classes that are free and open to everyone in the community. We also provide social services support and on-site medical enrollment support. We are reopening our center to the public on Monday, April 4th, so it's literally right around the corner. And as you might recall, as I said earlier, we've moved to a new location. So we're now located at the Crenshaw Imperial Shopping Center at 2864 West Imperial Highway in Inglewood. Our hours of operation are going to be Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we will be bringing some of our classes back in person, while others continue to be online. Our in-person classes include wellness nutrition groups, CPR and first aid, the Feast Wellness Program, child development, juicing for a healthier life, and developing youth leaders. Our online classes include breakthrough parenting and anger management. Our exercise classes will also continue to be online, but will resume in person in May. And our children's services, such as classes specifically for children and free childcare services, will resume in person in June. And we will also host monthly food pantries. So it's been a long time since we've seen you all, and we're very excited to welcome you to our new home. Please stop by, pick up your monthly calendars, and if you have any questions, you can call us at 310-330-3130, or you can visit our website at activehealthyinformed.org. So we hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much, Gloria. Now, do you promise to make sure you connect with me and my assistant, Lori? Any events you have, we want to make sure our residents in Inglewood know all about it so we can come out, participate, and support your new facility.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
So we'll be in touch.
All right, great. Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Good luck at your new home, and welcome again to District 4. All right, that was great. Thank you. Okay, so now at this time, we are going to hear from Camille Delaney McNeil. and she is over at the Judith and Thomas Beckman Yola Center in Inglewood. And I'm sure you've seen the beautiful new building that when you drive down La Brea, you see it on the right-hand side if you're going south. So that is where she works, and she is amazing. I got a chance to meet her. We had a grand opening at the Yola Center, and her team were just so excited to now be in Inglewood. So again, it's good to see you, Camille.
It's great to see you.
And I want to welcome you to our town hall, and can't wait to hear all of the updates that you have to share with us.
Thank you, Councilwoman Falk. It's an honor to be here, and hello to everyone in the great residents of District 4 for allowing me the opportunity to present today about YOLA, Youth Orchestra Los Angeles with the LA Phil. You know, now we're almost in 7 months of operation, and I am extremely proud to be in the position of not only the director of the Beckman Yola Center, but also the director of the YOLA program with the LA Phil. So today I wanted to just prepare something brief and take a look at some of the beautiful activities we've been able to do thus far in experiencing the building. And just a quick a note for us, if we're not familiar, the Beckman Yola Center is a Frank Gehry designed home for the YOLA program, and it is to be an asset for the community of Inglewood. And so the YOLA program is now in its 15th year, and we're just so honored to steward this building and all the great things that will happen and continue to happen inside our walls. And I know that it's our goal as an organization and my vision for the center that it truly fulfills the potential of being a reflection of vibrant arts, music, and community in this historic community of Inglewood. So since the summer of 2021, I'm so pleased that we've been able to engage and build relationships with organizations such as the Social Justice Learning Institute, Inner City Youth Orchestra of Los Angeles, Inglewood Unified School District, Los Angeles County Office of Education as well, Inglewood Public Art, just to name a few. We've been very diligent and dedicated to supporting our local businesses whenever we have catering or anything of that nature. It is from Inglewood. I have a few favorite restaurants, actually, by the way. We've also been able to provide free clinics, vaccine clinics at our center as well, really to combat this great disruptor of COVID-19, which prayerfully will be done soon. But most importantly, we are here and we are a center to serve young people and support their flourishing for the arts. And so for those that may not be familiar with the program itself, I wanted to just share a few quick things, if I can get this. What is YOLA? So just at its core, YOLA is a free music education program that provides high quality instrumental music education to young people. And not only are we providing that, but we're also looking at our holistic approach. So the pandemic really taught us a lot about how we needed to support our young people and also their families, food insecurity, other resources that we could partner with, and also our reach. Not only are we working within our communities here in Inglewood and in Los Angeles, but also in the national community as well. So we have a couple key values to our program, and you'll see that outlined here, but at the center is community. And so that's critically important to all the work that we do and teach our young people on a daily basis. We started in 2007 with 80 students, and now we are at, with one site. Now we are at 5 sites with 1,500 students, including the Beckman Yola Center, which houses the YOLA at Inglewood program, which, by the way, 81% of our young people are residents of Inglewood. So we are here.
We love to hear
for
that.
the young people
That's
of
awesome.
Inglewood. Just a little snapshot of what we are offering for our program. We have ensembles, group lessons, private lessons that we can offer with teaching artists from the community as well as LA Film musicians. And these are some of the extra holistic supports that we offer, academic support. We just launched a scholarship program this year for 22 recipients of our YOLA alum who graduated through the pandemic, who are now in 2-year or 4-year higher ed institutions and are submitting for support, financial support that we're able to provide and keep that going on an annual basis. So we're really proud of that. And also a couple of our national programs as well, regranting programs and our festivals that we host. So I thought I would just share a little bit. This is actually students from the Inglewood program. You see here young people doing their homework, preparing for concerts. They are so excited. In fact, I just came from programming that was happening across the way from us, and they're just doing a beautiful job. Here is one of my favorite photos. Our teaching artist, Mr. Ish is what we all call him, teaching traditional African drumming and traditions for part of our showcases for our parents. And community here. And so we're just so excited the progress we've started with first through fifth graders from Inglewood and from adjacent communities, and they are just thriving. Lots of them never played an instrument before. They're all on instruments. We're in ensembles. We're going to have a spring concert in
Make
May.
sure I'm there, please.
Yes, we will definitely make sure you're there. But it's just been so exciting. This is from our first little showcase when they just got their instruments playing for parents. And I just love this photo because for those who may not be musicians, female brass players sometimes are far and few between, and to have young ladies and African-American ladies playing brass, this is quite the picture. So
Right.
This is my screensaver. So we're really excited and really vibrant. This is our program manager, Lorenzo Johnson, who's from the community and really been doing an awesome job building the program there with us. So this is just, again, a closing snapshot. We've launched our newest YOLA program at Inglewood, 130 students, 6 days a week of programming. So we have programming throughout the week, but also on weekends as well. And also, this is to be considered a home for the YOLA program too. And it's very important that the community is where you are, but also expands too. So from our other YOLA sites on the weekends in particular, we come together and bring musical activity to the fore. We've had 3 major events serving close to 700 attendees, so it's a lot. Our grand opening, our national symposium, and this summer, for the first time in 2 years since the pandemic, our national festival that welcomes students from across the country from programs, and then tours for close to 200 visitors. So we've been busy at the center. And one in particular that I wanted to share with the fine residents of District 4 is a celebration of Inglewood arts, culture, and music. So the weekend of May 14th and 15th, in partnership with actually the Getty and Community Arts Resources who are helping to produce this festival, we want to highlight local Inglewood artists, musicians, as well as our young people. So we're putting in some requests with IUSD for performers, and as well as celebrated local artists, and working with Sabrina Barnes and her team in Inglewood Public Arts. So please, everyone, look out for more information. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So, and I just want to close and say that we're so excited to be here, and we want to thank everyone for welcoming us into the Inglewood community, and please come by the center when you can. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much. What a presentation. It is very clear our kids are thriving in your program. I could tell by the pictures and see their little faces. They love it. So we're just so blessed to have the YOLA Center here, right here in Inglewood for our kids. And I just want to thank you so much for what you're doing for this community. You are a wonderful partner. And I would love it if you could share, do you have like a website or something where parents in the community, if they want to get more information, how can they reach out to the YOLA Center?
Absolutely. So we're part of the LA Phil, and so if you go to the LA Phil's website, laphil.com, and there's a YOLA section where you can inquire more information about all of our sites, and inclusive of the Inglewood program and the Beckman YOLA Center.
And I did get one question for you.
Oh, yay.
So we have a parent here in Inglewood, Gabriela Santiago Medford, And she wants to know if you offer any programs for kids with special needs. Maybe even if not now, maybe that's something that you can take back to your team and for consideration.
Absolutely, and it's such a great question. We were literally just talking about this as we're programming for the upcoming year, and we do accommodate students with special needs or special accommodations. So our program is open and accessible. We work with parents if there's a particular plan, but we are looking to make more robust accommodations so we can open it up and make it more accessible. So the answer is yes, and just reach out to us.
Yes, so Gabriella, go ahead and reach out to the YOLA Center, to their website, and they can get you more information on programs that could possibly fit the need of your little boy or your little girl. So hopefully you will reach out to them very soon. And I want to thank you, Camille, so much for the updates. We appreciate you. We love you being here in our city and being our partner. And we hope that you will join us again the next time and share any new updates. And I definitely want to go to the Inglewood Arts and Cultural Festival. And then what was the other one? Was it something else you mentioned that you're doing?
We have our final spring concert for the Inglewood program. So as soon as we're finalizing that date now, and I'll make sure that you get that. And share that out.
Awesome. We want to support you at every turn. So thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you, Councilwoman.
Okay. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you so much, Camille. And now I would like to go to the Robert Group. Miss Chris Robert is going to do a presentation and give some updates on the Intuit Dome. So I'm going to invite her to come forward, the lovely Chris Roberts. It's so good to see you. It's been a while.
Councilwoman.
You're looking lovely.
Councilwoman, thank you so much. Thank you on behalf of the Intuit Dome for inviting us this evening. I am reminded as I'm here that it's been a long time since we've all been able to get together. And I know we are all looking forward to doing more of that. I'll make a couple of quick notes before I get into my presentation. And one is to Camille. Camille mentioned some of her major events. Camille, 5 minutes before the Star Spangled Banner at the Super Bowl, there's an amazing performance by YOLA. Not to take anything away from the others, but that's the screenshot that I took, and I was like, we're starting off, the Rams have got to win.
Yes.
The other thing I'm reminded of, Councilwoman, it goes to the map that the chief showed, is that with all due respect to the city, I think Council 4 has an abundance of riches, if you will. It would appear to me that both the stadium and the next up are all in Council District 4.
And I love every bit of it. I am very blessed.
And with that, I think all of us who have worked particularly on SoFi, but also as we look to the future. So next up is Intuit Dome.
Yes.
And there are two things that we want to do. We want to be good neighbors, and we want to be sure that on behalf of Intuit Dome, the Clippers, the Forum, we want to be sure this is just the beginning. This is an investment in the community that we have every intention to lasting well beyond the 2 years of construction. So with that, a few things about construction and what's going on down on Prairie and Century. Next up.
It's a lot of work happening down that way.
Next up, if you will. Am I advancing the slides? Is that?
I'm sorry?
Am I advancing the slides or okay?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
They're up, yes.
So with that, I would say maybe he's going to advance.
That's a beautiful picture of it. I haven't seen one quite so lovely. I'm going to have to steal that one from you.
It is. I am going to ask for a little bit of help here. Just if
Okay.
you just show me which one to advance. Okay, very good. Thank you. So appreciate it. So for those who may or may not know, but I mentioned it. This not only is this the next big project in Inglewood, but in the same way that those who've come to town want to be sure that this is a unique, this is not just another arena. I think you are going to see very much the same in terms of what Intuit Dome is going to present. We would note that we're talking about 915,000 square feet, all state of the art. We are especially excited about the outdoor plaza, 915,000 square feet. That's going to be available not just to the citizens of District 4, but throughout the city of Inglewood and throughout the greater LA region to be able to come and just enjoy the space. There's a lot going on just to the north across the street that I'm sure others are well prepared to talk about, but there's so much that's gone into this beyond just being an arena. It includes a community basketball court. There will also be a pedestrian bridge. I think the pedestrian bridge will especially be useful. Folks will find on game day so that there's not that at-grade pedestrian traffic that sometimes not just backs up traffic, but also can be a little bit dicey for pedestrians. This is going to be exciting. There are going to be 18,000 fans screaming for the Clippers and for the newest and best artists, and it's going to be in a state-of-the-art facility. I know for a fact that Steve Ballmer, Clippers ownership, they went and they visited, I don't know the exact number of arenas, but all over the country to see what makes for an exciting, great game experience. So one of the things they found is that it's this wall, right? So if the seats are a little steeper, that means that you're actually closer, even though you may be higher up, and the energy that allows for the players and the coaches and all the fans. I just think it's gonna be exciting. The other thing that we're especially proud about is that this is one of the most technologically advanced, sustainable, engineered facilities in the country, both in terms of its lead design and in terms of being very energy efficient. So very excited about that, what it just means to the city and to the region. Many of you will be familiar with this intersection. I believe it's about 22 acres, and for the past 30 years, it's been vacant. And now, if you drive by, you will notice on both sides of Prairie Avenue, construction going on. Obviously, on the east side is the Dome, on the west side is parking, and we just look to invigorating Prairie, going south down Prairie as well as west down Setri. But, you talk about another game changer. This is, again, next up, and it happens to be in the 4th District, Councilwoman.
And that's the bridge right
That
there.
is, yes, folks will note sort of to the mid-left of your screen, there will be a pedestrian bridge that will take you directly from the west garage, actually into an area that would be above the plaza, but again, to the plaza level. And I think this is something that's just, it is, if, these things become somewhat cliche, but a bit of a game changer, if you will, in terms of the community really being able to activate and be a part of a facility 365 days a year. So with that, a little bit of what it takes to get there. So we acknowledge there's road closures, there's construction going on. We are working very closely with residents on 100 and on 102nd, on 103rd, to let them know as construction's coming online. We have needs sometimes to be able to get into, especially right now, we're doing some utility relocation. So there's some need to get underground and begin to do some of that work. But we are working very hard to be sure. I mean, we're going door to door, knocking on doors, leaving flyers on cars, putting up signage. But we acknowledge this can be disruptive.
Right.
And the one thing we want to do is be sure that you have the information about when we're coming, and then hopefully it will be the least disruptive as possible. And bear with us. But we want to be good neighbors and be sure that we're hearing the needs of the community as it relates to some of the street closures and parking and those sort of things. And lastly, one of the things we're also very happy about is after a little bit of a break in terms of us all being able to get together, tonight is one example in that many of us are here in City Hall with this presentation, but next week, a week from tomorrow, we'll be having a community meeting in person. Folks, please come out next Thursday at Dolores Huerta Elementary School. There will, there'll be refreshments. Rumor has it we're going to have a taco truck up front. So,
Oh, wow.
so
Okay.
please, folks, come a little bit earlier.
Come hungry.
Come hungry. Please come a little bit earlier. But that we're hoping to get back into, because as much as the Zoom has worked and Facebook and these mechanisms have worked, those of us who do community outreach, I'm telling you, there's just nothing quite like being in person and being
Right.
able to see folks and smile and, and hug. So that's coming up on Thursday, April 7th. And then we're looking for the following one in May to actually be a Saturday, in recognition that, sometimes week evenings are hard. And so we'll probably do a balance back and forth between a weeknight and a Saturday. But we do hope, throughout the city, but especially to our neighbors in District 4, please come out and, we'll have a bit more information. That information, we'll
Right.
talk a bit more about some of the local hiring and local procurement programs, which we are also very proud of and is a really critical part of this program. And I got ahead of myself. So one of the things is really, this is our piece that has to do with our construction careers, and Maya Thomas is our jobs coordinator. But I do encourage anyone who is looking for employment at the Dome, especially in the trades. We're working on an apprenticeship program that we're hopeful that will be kicking off soon. Got a number of other things that we're doing, but there's a 35% hiring goal. We are reaching that goal right now, or very close to it. But this is just the beginning. We want to reach it now. We also want to be sure that we're providing some career paths for some long-term goals. And those are some of our key numbers and social media avenues to reach us.
All right. So with that, so thank you so much. And I do want to make sure that our residents write down this information. So this is very important. This team, the Intuit Dome team, Chris Roberts, the Roberts Group, Gerard McCallum, just the whole team has been amazing to work with. And we do get questions. Residents will call us in District 4 and they'll ask if we know when the meetings are, or if there's some kind of problem, I'll connect with the team. So you guys have been an amazing partner. And I see slowly but surely, like the parking lot is being built.
It's
up.
rising, right?
Yeah, so it's exciting. Just so much change here in Inglewood. And so I appreciate you coming out. And let me see if there's any questions.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I think on behalf of the Intuit Dome team, I say that we're honored. We are so grateful to be a part of this.
Oh, yes, you guys are amazing. So we'll keep making sure that our residents get information and connect with you. I will be out at the meetings. I try and attend virtually, if it's virtual or in person, and make sure that the residents know that we're working together as a team, and you guys are great community partners. So I look forward to continuing to work with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. One quick question. Hold on. I don't know if I got it. Oh, let me see. Here it is. Okay. It is from a resident, Coretta Harris, and she wants to ask you about transportation plans once the arena is built. What happens on the day? Oh, I guess she wants to know how, and this might be something that's still in the works. Is there a plan for coordinating with our SoFi arena, our SoFi stadium for game days to make sure that I guess to see if there's going to be double games on one day, or are you guys planning on coordinating at all with SoFi Stadium?
I would say all three entities, the Forum, SoFi Stadium, Intuit Dome, are very mindful that there needs to be coordination to manage and balance traffic in the city. There's a couple of lucky things that happen here, including that the Forum now and the Intuit Dome will be managed under, I don't know what the exact term would be,
Right.
but you know, these folks are very much aligned, if not the same entities. And there are a couple other places in the country where there are NFL and NBA arenas, NFL stadiums and NBA arenas right next to each other. And so, you know, everyone understands that it's got to be balanced, and scheduling and all those pieces have to come together, not just for the residents, but also for the fan experience.
Right.
So I don't think I'm getting too far ahead of myself by saying all that will be very well coordinated, and it is being thought.
We have great community partners, and I'm sure that those conversations have already they're already in the works. And so we as a community will hear more from the team when they start to make those final decisions, but I'm sure that they're already having those
We are
conversations.
happy to come out anytime
Yes.
to share the information.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Sure.
It's great seeing you.
All righty, good seeing you
All
also,
right.
Councilmember. Thank you.
All right. That was a great presentation. And so now we want to go to our neighbor to the north, Hollywood Park, and we have a presentation by our one and only Mr. Jason Witt, who will be giving us some updates. I see him all the time. That is my buddy over there at SoFi Stadium. He always has some great information. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. Looking forward to hearing from you and hearing what is happening over there at SoFi.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Hello, how you doing, Councilwoman? Thank you
I'm
for having me
good.
today.
You're welcome.
Just making sure I understand how to move the presentation as well,
Okay.
so we don't have to call Thomas back. All right. Well, again, thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.
So yeah, over at Hollywood Park and SoFi Stadium, yes, quite a bit still happening over at our site. As you all know, SoFi Stadium has been open or has been hosting games for the last 2 years. Has been hosting games here for the last 2 years. The first year with no fans. This past year, finally with fans, which was fantastic for us to have. And to be able to capstone it, as everyone has said, with a Rams Super Bowl victory. So obviously,
We're still celebrating Super Bowl, I
as
tell
we should,
you.
as we should, right? City of Champions, it never stops. We don't sleep. So, you know, just again, like we keep talking about and we keep reiterating the fantastic partnership between Hollywood Park, the city, and the continued partnership that we look forward to with the Forum and with Intuit Dome. I know some people were talking about parking. Even with the Forum now, we share parking for many of the events, just knowing, you know, the sheer numbers that come in. So,
Right.
you know, all those talks will continue to progress. And as I hope everyone did notice from the very first football game that we housed here with, you know, our 70,000 until we got to our last
Right.
dramatic improvement from, you know, from day zero all the way up until, you know, culminating the final championship game. So, you know, we just anticipate that that's going to continue. So as we continue to have these conversations between ourselves and the city and, you know, coming up with better ways to make sure we move traffic. But obviously needing to continue to hear from the community to make sure
That's correct.
that we're
Yes.
continuing those improvements, right? So, so I'll touch on SoFi Stadium. We've talked a lot about SoFi Stadium over the time period. Largest stadium in the NFL, 3.1 million square feet of event space, covered semi-transparent roof canopy. We're 70,000 seats, expandable up to 100. 360-degree concession locations, essentially meaning you can look through those concessions to still be able to see the infinity screen presented by Samsung, so you're never too far away from the action. And then we have our American Airlines Plaza. And then what I'll start talking a little bit more about today is YouTube Theater and the retail district, which is, you know, kind of the newest thing that's people have probably started seeing a lot more information about. But one thing we do want to mention, as we do have SoFi Stadium, some of the things that were happening inside of the stadium, we are hosting the Kinsey Collection, the Kinsey African American Art and History Collection at SoFi Stadium. It is one of the most robust African American art and history collections, privately held. And we're just really proud to be able to have that. It is at SoFi Stadium down on level 2, the Google Cloud Club and Suites level. We have roughly 70 plus pieces of art and art history being displayed there now. So just wanted to make sure that the community knows about that. It's open Thursday and Friday from 12 until 5 o'clock. And then on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. So if
Do
you
they
want,
need reservations or do they need to call? Is there a cost, a ticket price?
yes, so if you go to our website, sofistadium.com, you can click events and you'll see SoFi State, or you can click tours, excuse me, and you can see the Kinsey Collection tours there. Inglewood residents, the price is $12. So $12 for Inglewood residents. Seniors, veterans, $12. So, very low entry cost to be able to come and, experience this collection that has artifacts that date back to the 1500s. And really tells the full holistic story of African Americans, not just, from enslavement, but, pre-enslavement, our time through Central and Latin Americas, and how we, really made an impact on this country all the way up and through now. So just dropping some information there about that.
I'm sorry, I have one more question
yes,
about
please.
it. How long will it be there at SoFi? How much longer do residents have to go and go visit before it's gone?
You have until April 30th. So we've got
Okay.
another month of the collection being over here at SoFi Stadium. So yeah, please go check those reservations now.
Okay.
Looking at doing some additional programming, which I'll touch on something that we did with some of the schools here in a sec. Some of the things that are coming up concert-wise that the residents may want to know about: Paul McCartney at SoFi Stadium on Friday, May 13th. And then you have Grupo Firme, May 28th and 29th. That is going to be coming up here as well, so be aware. 2 large-scale concerts, roughly 45,000 you can anticipate as far as attendees for those. And then some of the things that we're doing out in the community. For those that don't know, I don't even know if I introduced myself. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I didn't introduce. I'm Jason Witt. I know Councilwoman said it, Senior Director of Community Affairs
I
and
introduced
Engagement
you already. You're good.
over at SoFi Stadium in Hollywood Park. But one of the things that we did this past in March is Read Across America. So we had 200 students from La Tijera come and visit us over at the stadium for a field trip. We read them books while we were on the field. And then with Mr. Khalil Kinsey, as well as Larry Earl, who are the organizers and curators for the Kinsey Collection, they provided some information to the students, gave them essentially personalized tours for those 200 kids that came out. And we had characters portray Phyllis Wheatley and Major Taylor, 2 very influential individuals in African American history, and essentially trying to bring history to life for the students. So they were able to ask them questions about their lives and their impact. So just a fantastic day.
Sounds amazing.
Trying to find ways to, one of the important things that we try to impart is we want to make these experiences extraordinary, more than just football, right? So showing them how important it is that, education and literature and reading is, put it up on the big screen, the same way it is for the Super Bowl, right? So you got to make that stuff feel as impactful because it is. So finding these different ways to work with the Inglewood Unified School District and the local schools. So very happy for the partnership there and working with La Tijera. The other thing that we did just this past, the same week. That same week, we renovated Kelso's community garden. So Kelso Elementary School right across the street. With our partners over at the NFL Green Committee with Hollywood Park, we went over to Kelso and we revamped their community garden. So new plants, worked with the kids to paint the planter boxes so they could decorate. And as they have their education program to teach them about fresh fruits and vegetables and access to those things and how important it is. And we have big thanks to our folks over at Brightview, who is our contractor for landscaping, who came over and essentially renovated, mulched, helped us reseed and resod the plants. So just really grateful and happy to have such great partners here in the community to work. And we're looking at doing these community garden projects throughout to multiple different schools. So as we work
This looks beautiful, by the way. Nothing but kudos to your team. Is this the Kelso side? Because now I'm going to look for it next time I drive by the school.
So yeah, this is actually so if you start going towards the north side of this campus, north side of the campus all the way to the north, this is where their community garden is located. So the north and all the way towards the west, so northwest side of the campus.
Okay.
So YouTube Theater, which is our newest performance venue right here in Inglewood, 6,000 seats, just a fantastic venue. Oh, my video didn't. Oh, there it is. I don't know if people will hear it, but I know not everybody's been able to see the venue. We've had some folks through. Oh, never mind. I guess I can't play videos.
Not working?
I don't know what a proxy server is, but feel free to go to youtubetheater.com and you'll be able to see kind of a fly through of the venue, so you can kind of see what it looks like there. some of the concerts that are coming to YouTube Theater. I only provided the first 3. These are coming up next week. So Her will be there Tuesday, Little Dirk will be there Saturday, and then Jasmine Sullivan will be there on Sunday. So one of the cool things about YouTube Theater is that it's a more intimate venue. The furthest seat away from the stage is 160 feet. So, you're really close no matter where you are inside of the venue. And it really gives you a chance to have more intimate concert experience with, some, pretty huge artists, right? So that's kind of the benefit of YouTube Theater. And we love this venue to be able to do this kind of thing. So love YouTube Theater. But I know the piece that people have been hearing a lot more about recently has been the Hollywood Park Retail District. So our retail district is 500,000 square feet with 320,000 square feet of space right now that's under construction. So the retail district is at the corner of Century and Prairie. You've noticed a lot of the buildings going up now. You'll have Sinopolis, Iconics Fitness Center, Three Weavers Brewery, which is their new spot, which is being called Garden, GRDN, which is going to be kind of a tasting room and a restaurant done by Lynn Weaver. You'll have Sky's Gourmet Tacos is moving in there as well. Residency Art Gallery is going to be opening up a spot. So in addition to their spot they already have in downtown Inglewood, they'll be opening up another art gallery at Hollywood Park. You have Antojitos Martin. So you'll notice a very good mixture, diverse mixture also of businesses, local Inglewood businesses, as well as other Los Angeles-based businesses that are going to be moving into the retail district. A really exciting space that we're looking forward to being able to open up here in 2023.
We can't wait.
It's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
Lots of places, I think, especially as it's designed for essentially just, the foot traffic and commuting, right? Lots of places to sit, hang out, have talks. We've got screens all over. If you start looking at some of the images we'll have here, you can start thinking this might as well be a picture. I just walked it earlier today of kind of what some of these spaces look like. But really good spaces for commuting, for people to sit down, go for their walks. There's going to be a grocery store that opens up over in that retail district, which we know, having an additional grocery store is going to be awesome.
Right.
With dedicated parking, for these in and outs, so that you don't have to worry about, well, now I got to go to the park instruction, do all this stuff. Like there's dedicated parking for these really niche in and out things that you need to get done. So
Do we know what grocery stores open?
not yet. Grocery store to be named. But there is a grocery store.
Okay, looking forward to that
Yeah.
one.
Smy's Ice Cream. So Tyra Banks is opening up an ice cream shop there as well. So there's all kinds of just fantastic spots that are going to be opening up in this retail district, with the goal of there being these very niche, local as well as global spots, things you can't get anywhere else, right? Because that's what Inglewood deserves.
That's
right?
what we have here in Inglewood now. That's what it is.
So we talked about basketball courts. So there's going to be another basketball court, another great place, safe spot for some, for people to come in and play basketball. So, you'll have the one over at Intuit Dome, a community court. There'll be another community court right over here at Hollywood Park as well. Right. And really just looking forward to these all-inclusive spaces, right? Anything that you want, you'll have at the Hollywood Park Retail District. And that's kind of the way it's designed. When we talk about gyms, eateries, coffee shops, continued food places, basketball, places to shop. So all types of incredible experiences, because that's what we're trying to build there. Much more to come in the future. Looking forward to being able to talk about some of the other pieces as they come together. As we know, there's some long-term deals that are still being built out over there, and I'm itching to be able to talk about some of the community-related things. But we have a real emphasis and a real impetus to open ourselves up for community. Yeah. And so a lot of the stuff you notice, we do a lot of things with kids because, that's our passion. We really try to engage the youth, but we're really trying to find these different ways on how do we engage the broader Inglewood community as well, with some of the programs that we're going to start initiating here. So just really looking forward to being able to have people come on to Hollywood Park soon. I know that one of the questions I'm sure we'll get is when is it going to be open, Jason? When is it going to be open? As soon as I know, you will know. So it's going to be soon. Retail district's going to open up in 2023, and I know we have Lake Park and some of these other spots that people are just really itching to get to. So it's coming. It's coming
Okay.
soon.
We believe you. We
And as you
believe
know, I'm here. So whenever you invite me, I'm.
Oh,
I'll
I
be here
know. You know, and I
to
always
give
invite
updates.
you.
There you go.
And maybe you'll be able to release that grocery store name the next time you come.
Like I said, I'd love to be able to drop the tidbit. But anytime I get the info, I'm happy to drop it.
Drop it right here. Right here.
Plays
Now.
better, right? The District 4 Town Hall meeting.
Right.
So yeah, some of the other pieces that you'll start to notice, you've probably seen a lot of information too about some of the art program as it's being released, the Mural Program over in the retail district. So 3 murals have gone up since just before Super Bowl. We were able to get 3 murals up. Kalita Rawls, E. Fowler, and Jeff McFetridge all have done murals for the retail district. Kalita Rawls being an Inglewood, has an Inglewood.
Artist.
Yeah, she's an
Local
Inglewood artist. I'm trying to find the right word. She has a shop. She has studio. Thank you.
Okay.
She has a studio based right here in Inglewood, and she does these fantastic, hyper realistic murals of men and women, African American men and women in water.
Okay.
So we've been able to do some features on those types of things, and just doing what we can to promote and engage local Inglewood artists as well as Los Angeles. So you'll start seeing a lot more about the mural and the art projects as time goes on. So those 3 have gone up, and we're looking at the next 3 are going to be installed in the spring. So just looking for different ways to engage our local artists, and just knowing that the arts culture is extremely important here. As we continue to talk about the City of Champions, that art culture is just as vibrant and just as big. So
Right.
and then for contacts, so I know there's lots of ways that people are trying to get in touch with us over at Hollywood Park. For general questions, you can do engagement at hollywoodparkca.com. Please email us there. That way a number, that email address is managed by myself and a couple of other folks on my team. So if anything comes up, we're able to, one of us is able to address any of those items or issues. General phone number, 424-541-9200. We do get donation requests. I know there's lots of donation requests that come out for things. So email us at donations@hollywoodparkca.com. We do have a foundation. So if there's people trying to partner with us from a nonprofit side for some of the foundation events that we do, such as the Kinsey Collection at SoFi Stadium is a foundation event, Hollywood Park Foundation event, in partnership with the Kroenke Family Foundation. And then people who are looking to book private events, I know a lot of people send us an email. This is where it needs to go. If you're trying to do private events over at Hollywood Park, you're looking for space, you want to rent rooms, all that fun stuff.
Right.
We have a whole dedicated team that can walk you through the different spaces, take you on a walkthrough essentially of what those spaces look like based on your event. So we just want to make sure we route all those things to the right people who can essentially
Well, they're
address
trying to
them.
get in contact with you guys.
I
That's
know,
for
I
sure.
know. Want them to make sure it gets addressed and routed to the proper people who can answer all those great questions. So you go to SoFiStadium.com/private events. And that's everything from me.
Right. Wow, that was a lot, Jason. That was a lot. I'm always just intrigued by what's happening over there. It's like its own little city
It is, yes.
in the City of Champions.
That's right.
So it's another little City of Champions.
Oh, one more thing to mention. So this Saturday, we're hosting workout classes. So the Hollywood Park Moves that we did last year, we did it last year in the fall, hosting workout classes over at the site.
Right.
So you can go to our Instagram or our website to be able to see the information on that. But yeah, free workout classes for the community to come out starting Saturday, 8 o'clock.
Awesome. Is that going to be around the lake or?
It is, yes.
Okay,
So some
okay.
of them are going to be at American Airlines Plaza, which is just a
Right.
little bit next to the lake, and then some will be at the lake park.
Okay. We're going to start getting back in shape now that we're coming out of COVID.
Got to do it.
Yes, we got to burn off all those COVID pounds everybody gained.
No more COVID bodies. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jason, for stopping by. Love to hear from you and your team about what's happening over there at SoFi Stadium. So always intrigued and love to stay connected with you. You guys are part of the family. So whatever you guys need from us, we are here for you and always want to support you and what you're doing at SoFi Stadium.
Much appreciated.
Thank you. I don't think I have any questions, so we are good.
Thank you so much. Until next time.
Until next time. And I got to get over there to the Kinsey Collection too, so I haven't made it over there yet. Thank you. All right. And so now I want to get to Ms. Crystal McGlover, who is from our Emergency Services Division. She is going to give us some really good updates on what's happening right now with our current COVID-19 status and those guidelines, as well as some other City of Inglewood guidelines. So welcome, Ms. Crystal. Good to see you again.
Hello, thank you so much.
I'm loving the braids. You look beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Crystal McGlover, Emergency Preparedness Coordinator for the City of Inglewood. Just to give you a brief overview, Office of Emergency Services, we help plan and prepare for emergencies and disasters. We want to make sure that everyone in the community is safe, everyone has a plan for an emergency, everyone knows where their family is, how they can get involved with the community, with preparing, as well as making a kit and knowing how to keep your family safe and the community safe. And also, related to COVID-19, there are currently 29,217 cases, and there are 388.
I'm sorry, how many cases are there?
29,217 cases since the beginning of the pandemic,
Okay.
and there are 388 deaths. I just wanted to make sure that and let you guys be aware that there's a new variant that's out called the BA2, and it's very contagious.
Can you repeat that again? What is it called?
The BA2.
BA2.
Yes, B as
Okay.
in boy, A as an apple, 2.
Okay.
And it's more contagious than that we had the Delta variant or the Omicron variant. So, just be cautious and continue. It's highly recommended to continue wearing your mask, social distancing. Don't get too relaxed. Also, for the Office of Emergency Services, I want to let you know that we are updating our local hazard mitigation plan. And the local hazard mitigation plan is a plan where we help reduce risk and hazards within the city, such as, and how do we mitigate those hazards. And we would love to get the community involved to see what they think the hazards are so we can help mitigate that. For the hazard mitigation plan, we're working on, in the safety element, we're working with our planning team from the City of Inglewood Office of Emergency Services, the planning team here, and also we are working with our consultants, Dynamic Planning and Science. They're helping us create that plan. Why is it important to have a hazard mitigation plan? As we know, there's many disasters that happen. Inglewood, LA County, and California are prone to earthquakes. We are overdue for that. Climate change, there's pandemics. We're in the COVID-19 pandemic right now, extreme weather, and drought. We also have heat issues as well. Since 1953, LA County has had disaster declarations. There's been 52 fires, 7 floods, 6 severe storms, 3 earthquakes under disaster declarations, 2 biological disasters, 2 freezing, 1 coastal storm, and 1 hurricane. Why is it important to have a hazard mitigation plan? It's important because we want to help save lives and prevent injuries during disasters. We want to also reduce property and infrastructure damage, reduce recovery costs, minimize societal disruption, reduce liability, and also keep our critical facilities operational during a disaster, so our water treatment plant, our city facilities. Also, while we're doing the hazard mitigation plan, we have a general plan and a safety element to that. So the safety element includes the built environment, which includes the infrastructure of everything, and it contributes to the risk reduction. Also vulnerability assessment and identifying what the risks are within our city. Climate change, how we can become resilient within the next disaster, and also long-term goals and policies that we could create for the future. One thing that you can do to get involved is we want to make sure that we want to know what you think the hazards are within the city and within your district. When this is a survey that you can complete online, it will be on our social media pages as well as our website. But some of the survey questions will ask what hazards concern you the most related to disasters, or what are the consequences of climate change? There's going to be different survey questions related to that. And also, it would be good if you can share this information in the survey with other people so that we can get and assess what information you receive so we can work on that. Something that you can get involved in, April 18th through the 22nd, we're going to have a community engagement week, public engagement week, where you will be able to meet your council member and
They're going to be able to meet me? Okay.
meet your council member, and you will have an opportunity to talk about the different hazards in the community and ask questions as how can I be prepared, and have you had experiences of losses in the past related to earthquakes or things like that. Learn about the process of how to plan and prepare for a disaster. We're going to also have raffles for emergency backpacks and resources for how to plan and prepare how to create an emergency backpack. There will be the dates for the district community meetings will be determined within the next week. So once those dates are determined and locations, we will post those on to our social media sites, and your council member will put that out as well.
Okay.
So if you could attend that would be greatly appreciated. And also you will understand and learn more about emergency preparedness and how to help your family and save your home or help your home before a disaster happens. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact me. This is my contact information, and also the Office of Emergency Services. We have a website, Office of Emergency Services website, and also follow us on our social media pages at Ready Inglewood. We have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we also just created a TikTok. So if you'd like to do that as well.
No, I have to see that.
So thank you very much. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.
Okay, so you gave us a lot of great information, Crystal.
Thank you.
I actually want to go back, and I want to post, if I can have our IT team go back to there it is, the survey. If they can please post that in the Facebook comments so that all of our residents that's watching right now can have access to the survey, and hopefully they'll go through and complete it. And then we will also include it in our social media as well and put it in our newsletter, because it is very important for us to have that information and provide content and feedback. And then also, if you don't mind, can we go back to the dates of the events? Okay, so Inglewood, put these dates on your calendar, and if you can, try to participate and be present. I think that it's very interesting. This is such important information. It's not always the information that's as exciting as somebody might want to have, but it's important for us to prepare, because we all know that, eventually there will be an emergency, and we should have this information and be prepared for an emergency. So I am going to really ask our residents to participate, get the information, maybe even win a raffle, right?
Yes.
Win a raffle. And make sure that you prepare you and your family for the next emergency situation. So I want to thank you, Crystal, for being here. I appreciate you. Tell your boss I said hey. And have a good night, and we will plan to attend. I'll put this on my calendar, and I'll be there for my city council meeting.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right. We have 2 more presentations, and I'm telling you, these gentlemen, the next 2, they're just full of great information. Both of them are my buds, because they always are there for me when I need them for District 4 concern or question. I don't know what I would do without them. So my first bud that's up is Lewis Atwell, Director of Public Works. And also, I believe he has a new title, Assistant City Manager, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Congrats. Congrats.
There's a lot going on.
There's
in
a
my
lot
world.
going on. All right. All right.
But
We'll
thank
look
you
for the
s-
updates, but thank you so much for joining us,
Yeah.
Louis Atwell, Director of Public Works.
And thank you very much for having me. It's really a pleasure to be here tonight. I think this is our third town hall meeting together.
Yes,
And
it
they're
is.
fantastic. And we really enjoy doing these town hall meetings. So
Thank you.
Thank you. So tonight, I work for the Public Works Department and also for administration. And the Public Works Department is essentially responsible for all the infrastructure within the city, including the Parks Department. We work with them and building park facilities, including restrooms, playground facilities. And we also work within the public right-of-way. We build streets, we build water systems, sewer systems. So Public Works Department is probably the most diversified area of a city.
Okay.
And without the Public Works Department, the police department couldn't function, and many other departments could not. So with that, I'm primarily going to cover roadway infrastructure
Right.
in this presentation. So I'm going to start first with completed projects. So last year, we speaking of Parks and Recreation, we completed the Crenshaw Library parking lot. It wasn't a big project, but
Right.
that library had been, don't want to use the word ignored, but it was
In
essentially.
District 4, you
I
ignored
know,
a
I
District
know.
4 library?
It was shut down, I believe, for a while.
For COVID.
Right, for COVID. So it's made a comeback, and in doing so, we resurfaced the parking lot. We replaced quite a bit of the damaged sidewalk in the area, and also put in an ADA access for those that need assistance. And we completed that project in May of 2021. In addition, the biggest residential project, which is the Residential Streets and Alleys Improvement Project, last year we worked in your district, District 4, as well as in District 3. So what we do is we divide the city in two, and one year we do either the north half of the city or the south half of the city. Last year we did the south half of the city, and in that we did roadway resurfacing and slurry sealing, about 510,000 square feet or 8 lane miles. So a lane mile is essentially 12 feet wide by a certain distance. In this case, it's 8 miles long.
Okay.
We removed and reconstructed about 9,200 square feet of sidewalk, 300 feet of curb, as well as we installed 13 ADA ramps. So a lot of our curbs, in the intersections are older. We continue to upgrade our curbs in the intersections up to ADA. So we have access for those folks that need assistance. And
I have been noticing more ADA ramps in the city of Inglewood.
That's
So you're
great.
correct. And I'm
Yeah.
sure some of our residents have as well.
Yeah, I believe in the past 10 years since I've been here, we've done maybe 200 or 300.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we do focus on the ADA ramps in particular. And that project was completed in October of 2021, so just about 5 months ago, 6 months ago. And these are the streets that we completed. So we completed the Imperial Frontage Road from Spinning Avenue to Ardith, along Yukon between Century and Imperial, Cherry Avenue between 118th Place and Imperial Highway, Den between those two limits as well, 118th Place from Den to Crenshaw, 116th from Imperial to Lamoli, Sims Avenue from Imperial to the South City border, and the last two, 116th Street and 104th Street from Crenshaw to Sims and Crenshaw to 110th.
Okay.
We also completed, believe it or not, last year, the Century Boulevard project. And, if you've come through the city, you've noticed that is the newest street within the city because that street was actually completely rehabilitated. We removed.
Oh, it was horrible
It was
years
horrible.
ago.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it took 100 years to do it, and I think that's why they call it Century Boulevard.
Right.
But it is absolutely iconic now. It is
Right.
the
It's
nicest. It
beautiful.
is the nicest street, with the palm, the king palms. And
Yes.
It is absolutely gorgeous. So when we did this street, we broke it up into 2 phases because it was difficult to acquire property for that street. We only had to acquire slivers of property, but just to make the sidewalks wide enough for ADA access.
Oh,
And so that's why it took the longest, because we're dealing with banks and not necessarily property owners.
right.
Most people don't own their property, the banks do. So we did complete it with roadway reconstruction, all new sidewalks, signal lighting, new landscaping, and all of this at the tune of about $40 million. So it was a major, major project.
Right.
The good thing is we got it done before the inflation that we're seeing now. I know. Because that
Because
40
it would have
million,
doubled the price,
yeah,
probably.
because most people don't know this, but, and most people maybe do, pavement is made out of oil, and oil prices have shot through the roof. So, and that includes concrete as well, those prices. So we completed that January of last year. So it does count as a project of last year. Couple other projects, actually one other project is Imperial Highway. I didn't put it on here, but that's one that we finished as well. You and I spoke, maybe there's something we can do with the landscaping there.
Yes.
So we'll focus on that in a future project.
Right.
Current projects that we're currently working on include the Crenshaw Boulevard Improvement Project. So this is a brand new project. It still needs to go to council for, it's in the budget, but it needs to go to council to hire a consulting engineer to do the design. And I'll be working with you on the landscaping in particular with this
Right.
project. But
I'm looking forward to beautifying our city and just making it look as beautiful and progressive as it is.
right. So we essentially want to match what the stadium has, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So that's kind of our landmark to get to. But again, we're going to construct new sidewalk, new signal and lighting modifications, reconstruct the raised median islands and landscaping, new landscaping along the parkway. So on the either edges of the streets, storm drain improvements, concrete bus pads. Concrete bus pads are where there's bus stops, we put in concrete islands, not islands, but pads. So when the buses turn out, they don't tear up the pavement.
Oh,
Because the
okay.
buses weigh quite a bit. So those are the concrete bus pads. And this will be from essentially the 105 off-ramp to 79th Street.
Okay.
We're expecting, I have 11 to 15 million here because as inflation goes, the price continues to go up. And we're planning on starting the design in May,
Okay.
okay, of this year.
That's exciting.
And should be finished by 2024.
I'm looking forward to working with you on that.
Thank you. And
Yes.
then, this is the District 4 meeting, but there's also a major construction project going on right now, and that's Centinela.
Yes.
So we're working on Centinela, which is another street that needed help. And again, Crenshaw is really the last major street
Right.
of all the streets that we've completed in the last 10 years. So that concludes my presentation.
Well, that is great. And I will tell you that I did see a comment that they are really liking those new City of Inglewood trash cans.
Great.
They are really nice. And so they want to see more of those around the city, especially like around SoFi Stadium and all of like Prairie, Pinkay, where there would be trash, but they are really loving the new design of those new trash cans.
I'm glad. Hopefully it attracts trash.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
That's the goal.
But thank you so much. I think that's all the comments we have. Thank you so much for those updates. Appreciate you all the time. It's always wonderful working with you, and you're part of the family, so we just work so well together. So I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you as well. Thank you.
All right. And last but certainly not least, we have our Director of Economic and Community Development, Mr. Chris Jackson. He is also a fine man of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And he is representing tonight. Welcome so much. Always good to see you.
As you said, Chris Jackson, Economic and Community Development Director, principally over development services. I deal with planning, building, code enforcement, economic development, and then I think I have my tentacles in almost everything that goes on in the city in one capacity or another. Really excited about Councilmember Falk and all she's doing and bringing. We did a tour of
Yes.
District 4, spent a great amount of time
Yes.
kind of driving around and going down neighborhoods and stuff, and she was really excited about the things that are happening and the vision that's going on. and she laid out, you know, how she wants to be able to move the district to the next level. You have so many exciting things coming on in your district. I didn't do a presentation like I normally do
No, that's
because
fine.
everybody always steals my thunder, you know? I used to get SoFi and Intuit and all that was all
Right.
my babies. Now I've had to release my babies to all of these, the new folks coming in and filling you in.
Right.
But one of the things that Lori, your assistant, and I
Yes.
talked about was, maybe I can give you a quick update on the
Yes.
ITC project. Lewis, who just stepped out, is principally kind of responsible for the ITC.
Yes.
My involvement in it really is just kind of help, assist, guide, kind of come alongside. And it's really exciting. For those of you who don't know, the ITC project is an effort led really by our mayor and the
Yes.
council
Yes.
to create that last mile connection from our downtown metro stop.
Yes.
They call it now the K line. I'm
Yes.
so used to it being Crenshaw LAX, so now I got to remember
Right.
another letter in the alphabet.
Right.
Actually, those lines are going to be opening up pretty soon. If you may have seen the metro lines kind of going through and opening up and seeing
Right.
some of the trains coming through, really exciting because it's putting that last connection for commuter-related activities on the map for the city. We have basically 3 stations, 2 that are technically in the city, 1 that's not.
Right.
The one I'll be kind of referencing for most of the ITC project is the downtown station,
Okay.
which is right at Market and Florence. So what is ITC?
Mm-hmm.
Inglewood Transit Connectors, 1.6 mile long elevated guideway.
Monorail.
And think of what's going on down at LAX as they connect their car rental facility.
Right.
All of that guideway, elevated guideway. It's from Florence and Manchester. That site there, yes, some of you know the DDs and
Right.
the drugstore and all that stuff is going to be going away because
Right.
the first station will be right there,
Right.
and then it will it'll actually move going north down Market Street. When we get to Manchester, it's going to turn left and go east to Prairie, and then it's going to turn again and go right,
Right.
and go down to about Hardy Street, and that's where the last station. So there's basically 3 stations. One's going to be at Market in Florence. The other's going to be at Prairie and Manchester, which, by the way, and Lori and I talked about it as well, some of you have been asking, what's going to go in that location?
Right.
Originally, it was phased for Raising Cane. They actually
Yes.
bought the site.
Yes.
They were pushing hard to be able to develop the site before even the Super Bowl. So had they had their way, that would have been a Raising Cane site, which some people would have been like, there's so much traffic that goes into that.
So
I
many
don't know if that
people are
made-
trying to get that chicken.
Oh, man. Some of y'all love y'all Raising Cane. My
Yes.
kids love the Raising Cane. I come home and I put a lot of money into them. When I met with them, I told them I give you a lot of my money.
Right.
You know? But that site was really best for a station
Right.
and really make the most sense to connect the entertainment district with our downtown. So we were able to talk to them and delay that construction project as the ITC project moves forward and hopefully acquire that land and be able to make a stop there. So the second stop will be at Prairie and Manchester. Last stop will be at Prairie and Hardy.
Okay.
And then one of the things, there's going to be a maintenance storage site, which is the Vons location.
Right.
And for those of you wondering, no, the Vons is not going to go away. They're gonna
Please
just
don't leave, Vons. Please
relocate
don't
the
leave.
Vons. One of my favorite places to go.
Right.
When I'm just shooting down Manchester, it's going to be relocated, so it'll be incorporated into that. And hopefully we'll be able to have some ancillary uses in there as well.
Okay.
One of the things exciting about it is it will create some parking.
Okay.
Yay, parking.
Good. That's always welcome.
The Market Florence station is going to have 650 parking spaces.
Oh, wow.
650. That's
Wow.
huge.
That
right?
is.
The Market and Manchester location, which we'll have to acquire some land there, will have 50 parking spaces, and then the Prairie Henry station will have 80 parking spaces.
Okay.
And many of you know that's pretty significant because most of the 2 stops that are along Inglewood don't have really any parking in
Right.
those locations. The closest really parking is our West Station, Weston and Florence. That will have some parking associated with it, so it'll kind of help the downtown area really thrive.
Okay.
But for a lot of folks, what's going to be really great is eventually we hope that it will extend all the way to the 105
Yes.
and connect in there and then create a perfect loop for everybody.
That would be
You'll be able
amazing.
to jump on and come back. I think what's exciting about your district is folks will be able to, they can go to SoFi, jump on the train, come to downtown Inglewood with all the things, those what's going on in downtown Inglewood,
Right.
all the things are happening, then go back and just walk home,
I know.
which is pretty cool.
We are creating the perfect environment for tourists as well as residents, I think.
Absolutely.
Right?
And it was interesting as they were talking about SoFi, Major Taylor, I'm a member also of the Major Taylor Bicycling Club, which is
Okay.
shameless plug.
Okay.
Plug.
All right.
I
All
got my
right.
bike now. I'm gonna
We hear
change
you.
it,
We hear the
ride my bike
plug.
back home. But it really is exciting what's happening in your district and the vision you have. So I just want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank
you're doing
you.
a phenomenal job. And those of you in your district, all of your constituents should be very, very proud.
Well,
So
thank
that
you.
concludes my little talk about the IT.
Yes, and it's very exciting because a monorail is huge. I mean, most people only know of the monorail in Disneyland.
Right.
So this is going to be like the new and improved Disneyland right here in Inglewood. It's just amazing what's happening here. And with your leadership, you will make sure that you help keep my residents informed and we will work together to provide those updates and information. So they are excited. And so we just have to keep them engaged and let them know what's happening and really kind of bring them on board so they can participate in all the excitement with the ITC.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. I don't know if we have any questions. Let me see. I don't think we have any questions, but we will continue to keep everybody up to date on everything.
Great.
And I appreciate you so much for staying after work hours, pretty much, and participating in this town hall.
Riding home in the dark. See how
That's
you
my
guys
buddy,
do?
you guys. That's my buddy. Thank you so much, Chris Jackson, Director of Economic and Community Development. So, wow, Inglewood, we have had some great presentations from our community partners as well as from our divisions within the city of Inglewood. And so I hope that all of you have written down a lot of this information. Make sure you connect with your neighbors and let them know that this is a recorded town hall. They can always access it on Facebook. So all they have to do is go to our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Councilmember Dion Falk. You can also review it at Instagram. You want to go to www.instagram.com/Councilmember Dion Falk. And lastly, go to twitter.com/Dion_Falk. And feel free to contact me at any time. My office contact information is, the phone number is 310-412-8605. And my assistant, Lori Penix, her email address is lpenix, Penix, @cityofinglewood.org. She will take any questions or concerns you have, and she will respond to you right away. And, we just look forward to hearing from you. We did provide a lot of great information. So I'm pretty sure that there'll be a lot more questions and comments coming our way after this town hall. So with that, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and getting this information. We are just under our 2-hour mark, so that's good for you. You can get started with cooking. I want to especially thank our mayor, James T. Butts, for stopping by and bringing greetings, and all of our presenters for stopping by as well. We are here to serve you residents. We work so well together. We are a family here, and we enjoy what we do, and that is to serve our community. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.